Let's get right into it. Here are 8 hidden mental illnesses in your everyday thinking that can quietly keep you broke, stressed, and stuck in life. Most people have at least 3, some have all 8. Number 8 is that constant never enough mindset. 5 days before payday, you check your account and see $50, and your brain immediately goes, "Bro, why am I this broke? How am I supposed to survive on this?" Believe it or not, the moment you think that, your IQ literally drops by about 10 to 13 points, just from stressing about money. Your brain temporarily gets dumber, no joke. And this isn't TikTok science. This is from actual Harvard and Princeton research. Most of us fall straight into what's called the scarcity mindset. It's like a sneaky mental virus that hijacks your brain. It whispers all day long, "There isn't enough. Not enough money. Not enough time. Not enough opportunities. Hurry up and grab what you can, you've got nothing yet." And once that voice gets in, your mind locks onto everything you lack. You start panicking. You feel chronically short on everything. When you're stressed about money, your brain basically zooms in on money and forgets how to think clearly about anything else. That's why people start making terrible choices like quick high-interest loans just to fix short-term problems, only to dig themselves deeper afterward. What's even scarier? This mindset spreads. Kids who grow up with financially stressed parents absorb that anxiety without even realizing it. Money pressure can mess with their focus, their learning, and eventually shapes them into adults who also feel constant scarcity, even if they make good money later. Parents think it's just their personality, not knowing they've passed down the mental virus. And scarcity doesn't care whether you're poor or rich. You can be a millionaire and still feel broke. That's why some wealthy people still hunt for discounts or work themselves to the edge of burnout. The scarcity mindset is basically a psychological epidemic. It shrinks your perspective, makes you temporarily less intelligent, and traps you in a loop of feeling deprived, even when, objectively, you already have more than enough. Number 7. Self-doubt. You probably know her, Emma Watson. She started filming Harry Potter at just 10 years old and became a global superstar before she even knew what celebrity really meant. But in a 2013 interview with Rookie magazine, she said something that shocked a lot of people. "The more successful I became, the more insecure I felt. I kept thinking someone would eventually figure out I'm a fraud, that I don't deserve any of this." And the crazy thing? Emma isn't the only one. Many highly accomplished, widely admired people quietly battle the exact same fear. Not because they're trying to be modest, but because deep down, they genuinely feel unworthy of their own success. This is imposter syndrome. It's a mental loop where you constantly question yourself, downplay your achievements, and convince yourself that everything you've earned came from luck, timing, or someone else's help. And underneath it all is the fear that one day, people will finally discover you're not as capable as they think. People with this mindset often behave in strange ways. Some become perfectionists, obsessing over every tiny detail because they're terrified of making even one mistake. Others procrastinate until the very last moment, so they can blame any failure on not enough time. Some even write down every compliment they get just to reassure themselves they're not pretending. But no matter what they do, the voice in their head still whispers, "You're not good enough." Is the job? Studies show that around 70% of adults will feel this at least once in their lives. So learn to recognize it and fight back. Don't let this invisible thief steal the confidence you've already earned. Number 6. Pulling others down. Crabs in a bucket never escape because the moment one climbs up, the others pull it back. Humans do the same. You say you're quitting your job to start a business. Your friends smile, but inside they're thinking, "Let's see how long that lasts." Day. Crusted actions. Your cousin warns you about risks, but secretly just doesn't want you becoming a boss while he's still an employee. Every time you rise even a little, someone in your circle will try to drag you back with concern, coldness, or silent judgment. This is the crab effect, people subconsciously tearing others down to protect their ego when someone close to them becomes more successful. Ironically, strangers often cheer for you more sincerely than your own friends. We group people mentally. When someone from our group outgrows us, it feels threatening. But celebrities? We don't care, they were never equals. This mindset is toxic. It traps everyone in jealousy and insecurity. Unless you're confident and secure in yourself, it's easy to become just another crab pulling others down, and in the end, no one escapes the bucket. Number 5. Catastrophic thinking. The habit of imagining the worst possible outcome is something almost everyone experiences at least once, but for some people, it becomes a default mode. It's when you fail an exam in your head and assume you'll never get a job. When a relationship argument suddenly means you'll be alone forever. When someone is 30 minutes late and your brain jumps straight to, what if they got into an accident? This kind of thinking turns small uncertainties into full-blown disasters. For example, your boss says your presentation is mostly good, just needs a few improvements. But instead of focusing on the feedback, your mind spirals into a vivid scene of getting scolded in the next meeting. Why can't you do anything, right? When you rehearse worst-case scenarios often enough, your brain starts believing they're real threats. Your stress response kicks in. Fast heartbeat, sweaty palms, scattered focus as if danger is right in front of you. And the worst part? This mental movie never has a hero barging in to save the day. It just leaves you stuck, anxious, and overwhelmed. Number 4. Imitation. Maybe you've never sworn in your life, and suddenly one day you blurt out a curse word that sounds exactly like your best friend. It feels like some invisible virus is quietly turning you into a copy of someone else. That virus is really just mirror neurons, the brain cells that make you mimic people without realizing it. Picking up small habits from friends is normal, but when imitation goes too far, you start losing your own identity. Psychology calls this social conformity, adjusting your behavior, beliefs, and even your preferences just to match the group. You shift how you dress, talk, or act, and sometimes even who you think you are. Humans have done this since ancient times to fit into the tribe and stay safe. But today, this instinct can slowly erase your uniqueness if you're not careful. Number 3. Hustle culture. There's a virus spreading everywhere, not one that makes you cough, but one that pushes you to grind yourself into exhaustion. It comes wrapped in quotes like, "Sleep is for the weak," or "Wake up and hustle." People call it hustle culture, the belief that non-stop work, endless overtime, and an 80-hour week are something to be proud of. You feel guilty whenever you're not working, you're checking emails during dinner. You judge anyone who dares to have a balanced life. Meanwhile, your body is falling apart from stress, lack of sleep, high cortisol, high blood pressure, fading memory, all the things that lead to burnout, depression, even early death. Your relationships fade too, because all you ever talk about are KPIs, deadlines, and projects. Unlike the other mental viruses, this one can literally kill you. In Japan, there's even a word for it, karoshi, death from overwork. So instead of grinding yourself into the ground, try working smarter. Protect your time, your energy, and your life. Number 2. The loop of self-justification. The human brain does something strange. Instead of admitting mistakes, it creates excuses to protect the ego. Psychologists call this cognitive dissonance. When your actions clash with your beliefs, your mind gets uncomfortable and starts inventing new logic to soothe itself, no matter how ridiculous that logic is. You spend 3 months of rent on crypto. The market crashes. Instead of admitting it was reckless, your brain whispers, "At least I'm a visionary. I took a bold move." Or you stay in a toxic relationship and convince yourself you're being patient and understanding, even though you're arguing, crying, and exhausted every day. Instead of changing your behavior, you change the story in your head. Research by Leon Festinger shows people will even rewrite their core beliefs just to justify their actions. The authors of Mistakes Were Made, But Not By Me call this the self-justification trap. The more you rationalize, the more you reinforce the mistake, until you start believing your own excuses. You overspend and rebrand it as self-care. You procrastinate and tell yourself you work better under pressure. You rewrite reality to protect your ego instead of learning from failure. And slowly, you build a false version of yourself, one designed not to grow but to hide. Number 1. Negative comparison. You wake up, grab your phone, and start scrolling. Someone's in Bali. Someone just bought a new car. Someone else moved into a brand new house. And with every swipe, your brain takes another hit of poison. Why am I not good enough? Why am I not like them? Psychologists call this upward social comparison, and sadly, it almost never makes you better. A review of 22 studies with more than 11,000 people found that the more you compare yourself online, the more your mood drops. You feel less satisfied, less confident, and more anxious, sometimes even depressed. And it doesn't stop once you're successful. You earn 25 million, your colleague makes 30. You become a team leader, but someone younger becomes department head. Your brain keeps finding reasons to feel behind. It's a pyramid scheme of misery. A compares to B, B compares to C, and everyone ends up believing they're losing. The irony? While you're jealous of someone posting from Bali, they might be scrolling through your photos, jealous of you for something you don't even notice. That's all for today. What about you? Comment below, which one hit you the hardest? If you enjoyed this, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the bell for more videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.